think Jim Broadbent is to think versatility. Whether providing a great comic ease, a profound sensitivity, or a deep poignancy, his career has ranged far and wide over a huge spectrum. Let's go way back to the beginning. Is it true that your first acting you did was when you were about 5 on stage at your father's theatrical company?
At the local amateur theatre group, yeah, it's the Doll's House, so started with serious work. And that's about the last of it, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than babysitters, we would often be left backstage, and literally the smell of the grease paint was there. And we used to go a lot to the Lincoln Theatre Royal. So I'd get taken to see quite unsuitable plays. It was always very exciting.
Gearing up to your kind of film career, the importance of Mike Leigh. At what point did he find you? How did that happen?
I'd worked with Stephen Bill and Sheila Kelly. They were Mike Leigh stalwarts already, and I'd been in Regent's Park with Stephen, and he mentioned me to Mike, and we did Ecstasy.
I'm particularly excited for this next section because you got to work with Woody Allen. How was your Woody Allen experience?
I was actually working with Mia Farrow when I got the call, the day we started filming. Yeah, she'd come straight from the courts to Dublin. I kept quiet about it for a while, and then until we'd sort of got to know each other, and then I said, I've got some rather bizarre news. I'm being asked to work with Woody. And she said, well, congratulations. He's a great director, just don't have a baby by him. I was warned, don't unpack your bags for the first 2 weeks, but I just kept my head down. Hairdresser and makeup used to say, I watch Woody, he likes what you're doing. Oh, good. Well, that's sort of
But that's about the extent of the feedback you got from the great man.
After one scene, I did go over and say, was that all right, Woody? Yes, that was quite funny. Yeah.
And is it right he lets the cast improvise?
He insists on that. Well, on this one he did. Absolutely, make it your own and don't feel bound to it. Very liberating, wonderful way to work. And you didn't know if your camera was following you or any of the others in these large group scenes.
We're going to look at Topsy-Turvy. Is it true that you needed to be persuaded by Mike Leigh to take that role?
Yeah, completely. Yes. I thought I was fully under-equipped to play the role. Gilbert was nothing else, a genius with words. The idea of taking on that and finding a core of a character through improvisation didn't make sense, but it was a joint process. We all worked together, huge cast, all of us, going off and doing meticulous research into aspects of 19th century London theatre life and coming back and pooling our knowledge.
So when you see the end product, does it give you an extra feeling of satisfaction that you've been through that whole
Yeah, absolutely,
process?
yes. I mean, you're far more involved than with any other job, really, on that level.
That was 1999. A couple of years later, 2001, struck you as being the most extraordinary year in your career. We're going to start with Moulin Rouge.
Baz had seen Sense of History at the New York Film Festival and had me in the back of his mind. He'd have probably seen Bullets by then and thought, I need an over-the-top actor. Let's see if that guy's still around.
And a singer.
Well, a lot of my singing is done by somebody else.
Oh, okay. Not all of it?
Not all of it.
No.
Came straight after Topsy-Turvy.
Oh, okay.
So having done all this meticulous, accurate research into 19th century theatre, then to go over and go straight into Moulin Rouge, and I had all this knowledge about how the theatre worked and how people behaved, and I was saying, but he wouldn't call him Duke. He would call him Your Grace. Yes, I hear what you're saying, but I think we'll stick with Duke. So there's quite a lot of that. So I had to shed my Mike Leigh disciplines to just do big acting.
And what did you think about the idea of you singing like a virgin?
One of the many challenges.
Have you ever heard any Madonna reaction to your version?
No. Well, we never speak.
No. We should say you won a BAFTA for Moulin Rouge. What do you feel about winning awards? Does it help?
Changes your attitude to yourself, really. Think, I can be on that list. The first award I ever got was Venice for Topsy-Turvy. That made me awardable. As more comes through, I think they're allowed to award you. It's very scary being nominated for an Oscar. It was going to be such a sort of weird journey, and I was right. It was a weird journey, but unmissable.
Well, the film that you got the Oscar for, I guess the thing to ask about Iris is you've played a lot of real life people.
Yeah.
Dennis Thatcher, Lord Longford on television. But John Bailey was alive. Did you speak to him?
I listened to the long radio interview he had done, and if the voice is there, I find it so useful to get into and to reveal the character.
I think those scenes of you and Judi Dench together in the house, in the kitchen, kind of just dealing with the onset of her disease seemed incredibly real. Does it take a long time to get the tone of those, and you working with Judi Dench, or is it something that was there?
Not really. I mean, my mother had been through a very similar journey as Iris, and so I knew that, and Judi instinctively knew how it would be.
Is it an intense experience making that kind of film as well, or is it?
Not really. It's a laugh, you know. With Judi particularly, a lot of laughter, and then when it gets close to the moment of doing these rather awful scenes, the focus is on that. You can't be intense all day.
No.
Your energy would just die completely, so you have to balance it.
At the same time, you just come off Gangs of New York, so we have to ask, Scorsese, what was he like to work with?
Brilliant, you know, and exciting, you know, and very, very communicative, and he's always in good humour.
Is he the opposite of Woody Allen? Is he giving you a lot of feedback all the time? Is he?
No, I think these guys, once they've cast you, they, by and large, you know, trust you to get on with it.
Other films at that time I wanted to mention, Hot Fuzz.
Real fun that was, yeah. I mean, all those brilliant young comedians, and then there was us. Perfect blend, really. We had a wonderful time.
And complete contrast, Cloud Atlas.
Really exciting to be playing so many roles and going from one set to the other, and you know, one day you'll be one character with Tom Tykwer, the next day you'll be a totally other character with the other directors, and it was a bit disappointing how it was received. Probably very disappointing from their point of view, I think, because they put so much into it.
Let's come bang up to date with this year's release, The Weekend. This was like a kind of a low-key character to play, and that you're almost underplaying it.
The character is closer to me than
Really?
most characters I played, and it was a genuinely wonderful experience to get into playing that sort of naturalism.
The film, and particularly the relationship between your character and Lindsay Duncan's character, just feels so real. Again, is that all in the script? Is that you working with Lindsay?
It's in the script, and then we had quite a bit of rehearsal. We sort of worked on it a bit and found the reality of it.
And Jeff Cobb becomes this completely unique, loud, semi-obnoxious American.
Jeff arrived with this blast of energy from the new world, you know, and completely shook us. I just got worked out how Lindsay works. Before a take, she likes to be quite quiet and go in and, you know, focus. And my jabbering on was not particularly appreciated, so I thought, oh yeah, that's Then Jeff arrives, and his way of working before a take is, okay, let's play the movie game. Now, you'd say Dustin Hoffman, I say Midnight Cowboy, you say John Voight, I say right, and action, on we go. And so he's completely motor mouth before a take.
Yeah.
And I'm between the two of them, and there's Lindsay going, I said, yes. You're trying to keep him happy and trying to keep her happy. So.
And you filmed that pretty much in sequence, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that was part of the delight of it. And the first scene we shot was actually while we were on the train going to Paris to shoot the whole film. So there was and the last scene we shot was, I think, the final scene with Jeff. The whole thing was very organic and easy and just delightful.
Does that feel a rare experience that when you get a script like that?
I mean, good scripts are rare anyway. I mean, it's wonderful when they turn up.
Was there ever a plan, first of all, when you go right back, do you think, oh, you wanted to do kind of great films, great TV?
I suppose I was always quite ambitious from the word go. I mean, all actors are. I mean, I loved all the stuff I've done all the way along the line, and with quite a sort of beady eye on what I might want to do next. The whole game has suited my psyche, really.
Jim Broadbent, thank you very much.